What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to go ahead and start scanning for stocks. If you guys are joining us for the first time, my name is Ricky. I have a group at TechBot Solutions. We're a little bit over now 42,000 members worldwide, and the thing that we do best is we provide a free and simple platform for both new and experienced traders. The free link for the Facebook group is going to be down below if you guys would like to join. And that's really just it. So we do have a group chat, and we're going to have a couple of our traders start tuning in live. We do go live Monday through Friday, so feel free to join us if you haven't done so already. We'd love to be a part of your success. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to start sharing my screen. I'm using the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. For all those that are joining us right now, let's go ahead and get your – oh, man. Let's see if I can – boom. Don't want to see myself. Let's see my channel. There we go. Boom. Can you guys hear me? Let's go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna go down my list, but this time instead of actually going down my list for the series of stocks that I have, I'm gonna go, oh, don't wanna see that. Do we get that? Okay. Good morning, everyone. So I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I'm super pumped for this upcoming day just because overall, a lot of stocks did have a red day yesterday. So we should have a good series of stocks, especially stocks on our watch list that do pretty well today. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start scanning for stocks. You guys can pause my screen if you guys want to see exactly how it is that I have my filter set. I have made a video on that already. So simply I'm going to go ahead and start scanning. So let's go ahead and see what we find. HIMX. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. HIMX. Okay, looking like it's approaching resistance. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, I already have a trend line to it. Looks like we've done a technical analysis on this stock already. Looks like it popped from lows of $8.60 to highs of $9.33. Is this a good momentum stock? No, it actually looks like it's peaking out, and I'm going to be very quick with these. If you guys could see, it looks like it's peaking out and seeing a downward trend already, so it's done all the action during pre-market hours, and I'm going to move on from there. LINU, this was one that Connor and the team traded yesterday. Does it still have any more potential? Okay, so it came from highs of 246. Let's look at the 1 minute chart. Okay. So what I'm using right here, if you guys haven't seen it already, it's the VWAP. Right now, it looks like it's trying to bounce off the golden VWAP line, but it's really hard to say. It still shows like it's showing like it's riding up, but it's showing that it's almost peaking out and seeing a downward trend. I'm gonna have to wait till the market opens and see if we can get a bounce. And if we get a bounce at the VWAP, then that would be a good indicator that it might not be a bad time to buy for a quick little momentum trade. But I'm not 100% sure on this one just yet. So what I'll simply do is, just in case there is a quick dip, then I'll be alerted. So let's go ahead and go back, and then let me go ahead and look at the other options. Now, let's see. Man, I don't like any of these. BRA. Again, looks like it's peaking out, doing all its action during, I mean, right now the prices are, let me turn on my level 2, 1085. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alert if it goes above 11. Just, it looks like it's actually seen a downward trend. So definitely not something that, really care too much about. Let's go ahead and see what you guys have to say. JDST, HIMX, my friend. Let's see, what about JNUG? OTIC. Let's go ahead and answer that, Tony. OTIC. Okay, huge drop, starting to flatline, so I like that until it starts showing signs of upward momentum. I mean, you know, what I'm going to simply do, it's at 370. This could be a nice little breakout stock if, I mean, this is definitely a good find. Looks like it has an overall resistance. Do you guys see that at about $4? If we can break above, yeah. Okay, so just broke above the EMA, and it bounced almost exactly at the VWAP. It did go a little bit below it, but if we can break above the purple VWAP, giving us a better indicator that it's, actually trending up, then that would be a good indicator. Overall, I'm going to set my alert when it breaks above $4, but good call out on this one. I actually did have a message, and real quick, I did have a message that, and I do apologize. Yesterday was, I think it was like 12 o'clock at night or something like that, and there was a member that messaged me a series of questions, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to answer all of them. So I'm going to take this time real quick throughout the live stream, and I'm going to try to answer it. So let's go ahead and see if I can actually pop them up. Nope. Okay, one of the questions is not understanding 100% when a good day trade should be made. Like, how do I identify a legit setup, panic selling, or not, or not waiting it out, and then retaining the technical information on charts. So I'm going to go ahead and while I'm performing my technical analysis, just because the market's about to open, I'll be sure to talk about those 3 different things. So thank you again for answering those, asking those questions. Just want to let you know that I did not forget about you. And I told you that I would answer your questions during the live stream. So I did see someone call out, shoot. Alrighty. There we are again. So it looks like right now, again, bounced right at the golden line of the VWAP. Other than that, it looks like it's trying to break above the EMA line. It hasn't really done it completely. And if anything, I mean, the volume just really isn't there during pre-market hours or after market hours. So we're gonna have to wait till the market opens for this specific one. Yeah. All right. ALQA. That one's being thrown around. ALQA. Okay, it looks like it peaked out and now it's seen a downward trend. I'm not liking that, and it looks like it actually took a pretty big dip during pre-market hours. So I don't find that one too attractive. It's less than $1. It's not something that I would normally trade. If you guys see, this was, seeing upward momentum, peaked out, and is now seeing a downward trend. So to me, it looks like, people are still trying to ride it or force the trade, and that's definitely not something that I do. So I'm going to go down my list and see what else we can find. I did see that DCTH saw a pullback, so it went to lows of like 11, and it looks like it might be trending back up, trying to hit, what is that? Yep, $12 or 12 cents. It's trending back up, and we'll have to follow up with that one and see how it ends up playing out. AMD. Let's look at more of a 2-minute chart. So guys, we have 32 seconds before the market opens. AMD again, most likely going to have a sell-off right as the market opens. It usually does. Looks like it's peaking out at 12:30. It's seen upward momentum from the previous day. Overall resistance is going to be at 12:50 based on the previous trend. So it's up to you if you guys think that margin of profit is worth it. As a day trade, if you guys can catch it at a pretty good low point for a pullback, then that might be interesting. JDST is picking up, meaning that JNUG is most likely seeing a downward trend. I know JDST yesterday was a pretty good, solid day trade, since it dropped so much from the previous price itself. So let's go ahead and continue I wanna go back and follow up with, yeah, UNXL. That one was one that was popular yesterday. Okay, there we go. 13 cents. I do want to let you guys know that UNXL did put out some news that it was the reason that it saw such a big drop. Let's see. Okay. The reason that it saw such a big drop, not too sure if you guys have gone like 5 days back. The reason it had such a big drop is because they filed for bankruptcy. Understand that this is, you want to make sure that you have a day trade available, and it's not a stock that, you're going to have to hold overnight. Because if you have to hold this one overnight, just to give you an understanding, I mean, yesterday was highs of 16. Today it opened to lows of 13, meaning, that should be like 20% potential or 20% loss, 25% loss. So it looks like it's trying to trend up. Overall resistance, if you guys can see right here, right around 14 cents. Let's go ahead and see if we can push right on through 14 cents. And again, I'm just using the VWAP. It will give us a better indicator, especially with momentum stocks, where to buy, where to sell, and how to identify these technical breakouts and stuff like that. So I do want to give a shout out to Connor. Oh, there we go, 14, and wait for the pullback. Again, when you're at a good price and when you identify a good place to sell, don't force it, guys. You can see that, this is at the VWAP. It's up to you guys if you guys want to continue to hold, but this would definitely be a good indicator to let it go and stuff like that. But it's up to you, right? So right now it's going to be more, if you guys can see, RSI indicators more on the overbought side, and there's the first red candlestick. Look at that pullback back down below 14, and let's see. All right, and then just to answer those questions again, so now understanding 100% when a good trade should be made, how to identify potential. So when a good trade should be made, it comes down to like what it is that you're trading. I feel like that's a very common question. So like let's say this one, for example, this is a breakout stock, and when it comes down to it being like a technical breakout, I guess this one's not, again, okay, let me go down to more of a traditional. Let's see if LINU would be one. No, LINU, again, just writing that VWAP, hit that VWAP is now seeing a downward trend. So get a better understanding on when. Okay. Okay. So to give you guys a better understanding on potentially where a good trade can be, I'm not too sure if you're familiar with the VWAP, but overall, it gives you a better understanding on where to buy and where to sell. Usually what I look for is for the bounce on the golden line. So the margins that I look at is from the gold to the purple or the purple to the red. Right now it's trending above the EMA, but it's seen a downward trend. So I'm most likely going to wait for the bounce on the gold, therefore indicating that that's a good buy. I'm going to wait for the 2 green candlestick confirmation, getting a better understanding that it's seen an upward trend from the bounce, of the golden VWAP line. And then when it approaches the first purple VWAP line, that would give me a better understanding that that's potentially a good price to sell. But when it comes down to JDST and higher cap stocks, sometimes I wait from the gold to the red to have a better understanding on where to buy and where to sell. So obviously it didn't play out perfectly for this specific stock. That's an approach that you can go. Another approach is when performing like a technical analysis and seeing if you're breaking down that stock, if there's like a technical support where it is that you're trying to buy. Let's say, no, it's way too low of a cap stock. No. Let's see, because DGAS was like pretty easy to identify like these bounces. So DGAS has a very common trend. So I think this is the easiest way to be able to like identify trends and identify where is a good buy and where is a good sell. Is looking at a 5-day analysis, looking at the low points, so $24, looking at the high points at around $27, but realistically where it usually peaks out at is 26, if you guys can see that. So it bounced previously at 24.50, and it bounced right at that, purple VWAP line, if you guys can see right here. Overall, like supports are around 24 to 24.50, and places you might want to sell is anywhere from 25 to 26. Therefore, we identify good buy points, identify good sell points. You wait for the confirmation from the bounce, wait for the upward momentum, set up a plan on where to buy, where to sell, where to cut your losses, and that's really just it. I mean, it just comes down to understanding and how to break down a stock, how to identify potential, waiting for the confirmation. So I drew this, support line, months ago, and it just continues on that trend that 24.50 is a support. So let's see. Okay, so and this is what I think is funny. So I mean, yesterday had a resistance at 16 cents. So it looks like it's trying to trend to 16 cents, but it couldn't even really break above 15 or hold above 15. So right now we have 14.8, 14.9, and now it's seeing somewhat of a pullback. I was saying anything above 14 was most likely just it being oversold based on the pre-market highs. If you guys could see that pre-market highs was around 14.5. Where it was peaking out at, but obviously it could continue to rise and stuff like that. The thing that I don't like, and it's something that we talk about very often when we have individuals like this, and no disrespect or anything like this, but UNXL might see 20, holy whatever. It's people just overhyping these stocks, and the reason that they choose to overhype them, if you guys learn anything from this video, is you guys have to understand why a stock increases in price. So there was news that UNXL was going to file for bankruptcy, and due to that news, all the shareholders that were holding at 28 cents, obviously, if someone's going to file for bankruptcy, they're not doing very well. So it sees a huge and this can answer one of the questions that I was asked as well for panic selling. There's a huge amount of panic sellers and see the downward trend. As there's a reason why people are selling off because the news makes sense. The news makes sense that if a stock is most likely going to file for bankruptcy, potentially get delisted, then you most likely don't want to hold that stock. So therefore you want to cut your losses as soon as possible. Well, usually what happens, or sometimes what happens, if the stock can get manipulated or the stock gets overhyped, it can get overhyped to the point because it's such a low cap stock that if you get enough people behind it, that it can start picking right back up. It identified the support at 0.58. And kind of think about like when we were trading all these stocks that saw bad earnings reports. Again, there's a catalyst and a reason why the stock was trending. The reason why there was so much talk about this specific stock because it was so relevant, and because it was so relevant, after it flatlined and after it saw upward momentum, people think that this is going to continue to rise. Understand that this is a stock that is going to most likely file for bankruptcy and get delisted. Why would this stock continue to go up? There's no fundamental understanding. If you guys just saw that, it went from 15 cents all the way down to 13 cents. Do you guys want to know what that percentage loss is? That's 13.81% for those that didn't cut the losses or didn't lock in profits. That's why it's so important. And look, it's still continuing to drop. That's why it's so important to identify where's a good place to buy and where's a good place to sell quickly, because you could see every time that it does have a nice little pump, it has even a quicker sell-off. Understand that these stocks are not, especially these low-cap stocks, they're very unstable, they're very risky, and that's why I choose not to invest these low-cap stocks. But you guys are asking, and we have people trying to pump these stocks. Understand that that's one of the #1 things that we don't do within our group, and if you do that within our group, then we will remove you. The reason why is because we have a lot of new traders that get easily encouraged to trade stocks based on someone else's opinion, and that's one of the #1 rules we do not do. If you don't understand why it's increasing in price, if you don't understand why it's a good day trade or swing trade, if you don't understand why it's bouncing here at the purple VWAP and then just holding barely above the EMA line, if you don't understand those, then again, it might be it might be better for you just to start swing what's it called, I apologize. To start paper trading, to invest, not real money, right? To do that simulation trading and to get your fee wet with this. So if you guys see right when I had that sell off, it bounced right at that purple VWAP, indicating where's a good price to buy. And right now it's right about to break that 14 cent resistance. And if you guys could see, even just from that bounce, again, it's all about being patient, understanding where to buy and where to sell. It's already up 7%. So giving you an understanding, right when we called out the breakout because it was holding above VMA, we called out the resistance at 14 cents. It continued to rise. Realistically, it had a 14.5 resistance during pre-market hours, so that's where I would have sold. And that is an 8% potential. Locked in it would have been ideal to lock in profits there. Waited for the pullback, wait for the bounce, and then get back in again, and then be able to sell at 14 cents with another 8%. So right now it looks like it's now seeing a resistance at the purple VWAP, which is very, very common. It doesn't have the volume nor the demand to break above the purple VWAP. So again, it sometimes bounces from the gold to the purple and from the purple to the red. If it has enough volume, then it can push right on through. But it really has to have that proper demand. So if you can see, it's holding right at, and I think we can push right through. Let's see. It might. So one of two things will most likely happen. It will either break above the purple indicator, the purple VWAP, and continue trying to trend up, or it will see this as a resistance, not enough demand, and then it will come back down and continue seeing a downward trend. So make sure that if you are up right now and it does not break above the purple VWAP, that you have an understanding that it might have a sell-off to come back down to sub 13. So there it goes. Wasn't able to break it, had that pullback, and there it goes. Let's see. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And okay. And Joe bought at 13. Ooh, solid, brother. Dang. So there we go. We're having that sell off. Looks like it's trying to bounce now. LINU. So okay. This was definitely sweet. This is perfect. Hit the resistance at the red VWAP, had a bounce again at the golden VWAP, and started seeing an upward trend. So again, waiting for the confirmation, the green two green candlestick confirmation, and now it's trending right at the resistance. So even from that specific bounce itself, that's up 17%. Guys, and I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. What I'm going to ask you is, when it comes to actually, we talked about so many different stocks within a short period of time that I think a lot of people might get overwhelmed. Some of them, might be able to stay up to date with everything it is that we're doing. A lot of the stocks that I'm talking about are less than $1. I simply don't trade those stocks. And people might say, why am I wasting my time breaking down the stocks? And first of all, my following and the members within TechBud Solutions like me breaking down the stocks that they see value in. So that's one of the first reasons. I also like seeing opportunity in all different markets. And even if it's a stock that I can't trade, I really just love breaking down stocks and being able to identify the potential. And if it plays out the way that I planned it out to do, then great. I'm at least supporting the team. And that's the whole point. Other than that, I'm still in a couple swing trades. I'm not too sure if I'm going to take a position on a momentum trade. I know Connor and Kyle have been, kind of encouraging me to trade some stocks less than $1. If I see something that I see value in, again, not being forced to trade based on anyone else's opinion, but if I see value in it and I just take a smaller position size, then 100% it's something that I would be more than happy to do. Overall, I want to thank you guys again for joining us. I hope my kind of rant talking about no manipulation and talking about what causes a true move when it comes down to these momentum stocks and these bounces and why these stocks are overhyped sometimes. I want you guys to understand that I'm doing that to try to make sure that you guys understand, especially those that are starting out, that if there's so much hype and you can see that a stock is randomly pumping up and that it's peaking out, just make sense of it. Why would it continue trending up? And if it wouldn't, then just have a fundamental understanding on why the stock would continue trending up. If you have no fundamental understanding or no technical understanding on why the stock would continue trending up, then why would you trade it? If you don't understand what acted as a catalyst to increase this price, then why would you trade it? So again, the link is going to be down in the description. If you guys I'm not too sure if you guys have heard, I'm sure if you guys have seen any of my videos, I talk about Hurricane Harvey and the cause that we're trying to help out. So we're going to be helping out some members within TechBud Solutions. The link should be in the description after 5 minutes after this video post. If you guys are watching this after it posts, click on the link down below. It'll give you a brief example of what it is that we're going to be doing. And we're getting our team together, 42,000 members, and simply by getting, let's say if every single member donates $2, that's $84,000 that we can raise to help those that were unfortunately devastated by the natural disaster of Hurricane Harvey. A lot of people were losing their homes. They got flooded, and it'd be amazing. Again, just $2. I completely understand that not everyone is able to donate, but just wanted to reach out to you guys. We have a pretty decent sized following, and what I'm going to be doing is whatever profits we make for this week, I'm just going to end up donating them to the cause. So I'd love to have you guys as a part of the team. All the links are down below. If you guys have not pre-ordered your TechBud C, the link is now down in the description. Everything is down in the description. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, if you guys want to schedule a consultation call with me, if you guys want to join the Facebook group, everything, the TechBuds Instagram, everything. So thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. I hope you guys are pumped for today's helpful video. It's going to be something I think very inspiring. I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's helpful video with my McLaren and the Corvette Z06 talking about the running costs on the specific cars. But overall, just continue working hard, continue following your dreams, and let your passion be what drives you and your success. Understand that it's not, it doesn't have to be rocket science when it comes down to investing in these companies. As long as you have a technical or fundamental understanding on why the stock can continue to trend up, you have an edge on 90 to 95% of people that are trading based on someone else's opinion. And that's what we're trying to encourage, for you to have an actual understanding on why everything is going to be, continue to go to your plan. Make sure you manage your risk and make sure that you only invest in stocks that you understand. Thank you guys again. And like always, let's make sure that we're in the year on a green out. Take care.